light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated, sucker free, we got the seats heated, hot. Let's face it, you about to get a beat down. Less talking, let's take it to the streets now. Ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight? Touchdown on sight, yeah. Turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin'. Go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shot.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 awaiting the NFC West first seed showdown. Saludos everybody out there in YouTube Landia. Salute to Big Spooky. First in the building. Shout out to all the Niner gang. Shout out to everybody back in the Bay. Y'all know I miss y'all. Shout out to all the 49er fans that I meet day in and day out right here in the city of Las Vegas. Sometimes it feels like it's like an extension of the Bay. Other times it don't. But when I'm telling you right now, when the Niners are red hot like they have been for the past 6 games with Purdy since Purdy's come back, nothing but love out there. Great to see you, SB. I appreciate you so much. I wanted to thank you so much for all your contributions last year in 2020. It's 2026, 2025. Wow. I want to thank you so much for being here. As I get ready, I thought that I would do a little pregame. Do I have 10 minutes or do we have 25 minutes? I saw that the game was going to start at 5 o'clock. I just saw the end of the Carolina Panthers game and the Buccaneers. I need to know whether or not that means the Buccaneers are in the playoffs because they now have the same record. And I don't know if everything revolves around what the Saints do tomorrow. But I'm telling you one thing, I don't like Baker Mayfield one bit. And part of it is because the Niners always have the worst games against them. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as awful as they played in the second half of this season, they decimated the 49ers. I do not want to see them in the playoffs. I don't want to play them. I don't like them. Even though they're not the same teams today, I don't want to play them. And that being said, if the 49ers lose today, they could end up being the 5th place seed, which a lot of people were saying the 49ers, if you're not going to be the 1st place seed, you want to play the NFC South. But that could mean playing the Buccaneers, which we just don't have a good track record against Baker Mayfield. And we do against the Carolina Panthers. We just beat the Carolina Panthers just a few weeks ago. We did remarkably well. So that being said, today it all comes down to the battle of the NFC. 2 of the best teams in the NFC. Spectacular. You got Sam Darnold, former 49er himself, former USC star, took the Vikings to the playoff. And he choked. I'm sorry, Vikings fans. Sam Darnold chokes in the playoffs. I hope he chokes tonight in Santa Clara at 5 o'clock. I hope he chokes. Given his track record, I think he will. Now, for all of you fans of Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, a great rivalry with the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to be wearing their brand new rivalry jerseys. Sam Darnold could have back-to-back 14-win seasons. Remarkable. If he beats the 49ers, Sam Darnold will have back-to-back 14-win seasons. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me play a little bit of music real quick, some more Bay Area stuff. I'm going to make myself a margarita. I just went and got some of my favorite hot wings. I'm inviting you to join me. Remember that, guys? You guys remember. Shout out to Adam the Woo. Rest in peace. I'm inviting you to join me, shall you? All right, first things first. Saturday night, we're going to make a margarita. We're going to be using my Tres Generaciones, and I'm eyeballing this, guys. right. About 2.5 ounces of tequila. And a brand new, this is brand new. I have not tried this before. Tres Agaves makes a nice additive-free tequila that a blanco that I like. I haven't had it in a while, but this is one of my favorite mixers, their brand, Tres Agaves. And this is the spicy jalapeno. I've never tried it. I love experimenting with spicy margaritas. It's going to be a nice one here, I'll tell you that much. And now we're going to shake it up. And we're going to get into my hot wings. All right, we're doing good, baby. All right, there we are. Shout out to SoCal Darius. Saludos. Salute to everybody who I didn't get to wish a happy New Year's, a happy 2026. I'm wishing you health, prosperity, wealth, but especially health, guys, above everything else. Sorry about that. That was a little messy. Oh, that is delicious. I really like this mixer. Sometimes you'll get some cheap mixers, guys, that will leave like a funky, sugary, like a bad sugary aftertaste. Nothing. This is hands down one of the best margarita mixers. There's another one that I see at Total Wine and More that makes a different type of pepper. That one's really good too. I'm going to probably bring that one back to the house next week and we'll make some more. That is delicious. All right, before I get to my pick for tonight, obviously I'm a Niner fan. I thought we'd do really quickly my week 18 picks, but Las Vegas is going crazy, guys, and I'm going to try to do this all at once. I'm going to try to eat some wings. We're going to have some mukbang action here. We're going to have some wings and tequila. All right, let me get some pictures out here. Las Vegas Raiders. I always forget. Obviously, they're the home team here where I live now in Las Vegas. I've always had an affinity for the Raiders. I grew up in the Bay Area. I always watched them. They were like my second favorite team. They are the worst. They are absolutely the worst. And if the draft is to happen right now, the Las Vegas Raiders would have the first round draft pick. And why is that so important? Because there is a phenom. You guys have all been hearing about him. Cuban sensation. Played for Cal. Now plays for Indiana. Whooped Alabama the other day. Unbelievable what he did to that team. And everybody in Vegas that loves the Raiders is just absolutely excited at the possibilities of drafting Fernando Mendoza, an unbelievably talented kid. He says it's like arroz con pollo, how he gets it done with his teammates, his team at Indiana, and what they have done. They will be playing, I guess, Oregon. He is expected to be the Heisman Trophy winner. He is expected to be the Las Vegas Raiders' first round draft pick. They will take the quarterback. That's what everybody expects. And that's because part owner now, Tom Brady, shout out to him. He's from the Bay. Should have been a 49er. Tom Brady absolutely loves this kid, and he anticipates developing this kid into a superstar. With the Raiders' heavy Latino demographic, excuse me, guys, I'm going to have one of these crispy wings. With the Raiders' heavy Latino demographic, this kid speaks perfect Spanish. He could be the next big star in the NFL. But what do you guys think? I told you it'd be a mukbang. I got these spicy Chinese wings. Not having a co-host. I'm sorry about the dead air. But we got my spicy margarita. And we're talking about Mendoza, who's just 2 wins away from the national championship, college football. He's got a lot of haters already. A lot of people are hating on this young man, and I don't get it. A lot of these so-called football experts, people who have worked for the NFL, people who are scouts are all over social media saying he ain't it. He is going to be the next bust. I challenge you to watch the highlights of the Indiana versus Alabama game and come to a conclusion that this kid doesn't have what it takes to be a great NFL level quarterback, even potentially elite. Now, the issue is, do the Las Vegas Raiders even have an offense to, aside from, well, they've got a decent running back who might hit 1,000 rushing yards, Gianti, and they've got a good tight end, Bowers. Do they have any? I mean, he's not going to have his receiving corps. He's absolutely going to have probably one of the worst rated offensive lines in Las Vegas. He could get hurt very badly, like a lot of rookie quarterbacks this year. Thinking of Jackson Dart got hurt. A lot of concussions among young rookies this season who did not get to play all the games. And because of that, they don't get developed very well in the first year. Then you got the question of Geno Smith, who's still here in Las Vegas, whether or not Pete Carroll, plenty of rumors that Pete Carroll is on his way out after just one season. But is he a good fit for the Raiders? Listen, the Las Vegas Raiders and Allegiant Stadium are doing unbelievable revenue. It is one of the nicest stadiums I've ever seen in my life. They don't need the Raiders to win to continue to be one of the highest grossing revenue stadiums in the U.S. They got concerts, they got Metallica, they do EDM, they got, I mean, the list of events there, plus the UNLV. They got UNLV. The stadium is making money. Whether the Raiders have a winning record or a team people want to root for is irrelevant. But the city could really get behind somebody fresh and new, like this kid Mendoza. This team needs it. I mean, the city of Las Vegas needs it. They need to be able to get behind a team. They've gotten behind the Golden Knights, but they haven't gotten behind the Las Vegas Raiders. Shoot. I very rarely meet people here that are Raiders fans. Lawrence, I don't know who you are, Lawrence, but I'm going to say this. I don't typically like to overshare, but I will say this. My stepdad is Venezuelan. I'm Chicano. I'm Mexican-American. My mother married a great Venezuelan man who came to this country on a college scholarship in the 1980s to play baseball. The early 1980s saw an influx of Venezuelan athletes, and if you watch baseball today, and if you've been following baseball, you know that some of the greatest baseball players come from Venezuela and the Dominican Republic now. My stepdad was one of these guys who came to the U.S. with big dreams of playing for a major league team and came extremely close to signing a nice contract with one of the organizations. He went on to be my baseball coach, and I visited Venezuela twice in the 1990s. And all of his family still lives in Caracas, Venezuela. It's an absolute travesty that this country, that the U.S. has a long history of invading and meddling in Latin American sovereign countries. And what it really boils down to is that they went in there to steal their resources, and that's to steal what the only thing Venezuela has of wealth is their resources of petroleum. That petroleum has fueled that country's survival for the past, I don't know. When I went to Venezuela, it had not even been a socialist country yet, and it fed the great socialist revolution in Venezuela, which means that the petroleum fed everybody. It didn't feed everybody good, but it fed everybody all right. You know what I'm saying? Like the U.S. doesn't have, we have our handouts, but basically it comes down to this government wanting to come in there, meddle, overthrow a government, and take their shit. But Happy New Year's, F Donuts. I want to Happy New Year's to everybody. Bang, bang. Shout out to all the Niner fans. We're having wings. Like I said, we're having some hot wings, and we're having a spicy margarita. I want to give a shout out to everybody that is going dry. I heard about this going dry in January. I can't do it, guys. Shout out to you if you can go dry in January. I can't go dry at all any month of the year. I woke up to the news that the U.S. have been bombing Venezuela overnight. I don't talk politics on my channel, but I'll tell you this, that it's deeply personal. I've been to Venezuela twice as a teenager, college kid. Great people. My stepfather is Venezuelan, and I need to reach out to them and see what's going on because he's got a lot of family in Caracas. But just imagine, guys, going back to this before we get to the show, to Niners versus Seahawks, and I'm going to do my picks really quickly. Just imagine if somebody came here to the U.S., a freaking civilization, an alien civilization, and they came and they landed here and they parked their flag and they said, this shit is ours. All of this is ours now. Everything. We're taking all this shit. You know, we're taking your water. We're taking this. We're taking that. Fuck your government. We're taking over. Y'all belong to us now. Imagine how freaked out everybody would be. Shit, money wouldn't mean anything. Money wouldn't mean nothing. Your money would be worth nothing if aliens landed on this planet and said, we're taking this shit. We're taking everything you got, everything you make, resources, all of it. Money wouldn't mean a damn thing. So anyways, it's like arroz con pollo. Fernando Mendoza, the most hated. Is he the most hated? Is he the most hyped quarterback in recent history? I love this kid's story, man. He went to Cal Berkeley, played 2 years. So many historical Cal quarterbacks that I'm a big fan of. Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers. So many guys that have come out of. He could have stayed there, but look what he's done with Indiana. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry, Lawrence. I never did I finish my story? I got a lot of stories about it, man. But I'm just praying for everybody that whatever happens to that great country of the great people of Venezuela, that it's all going to work out for them because I'm powerless. I'm powerless. It's just my opinion. And by the way, I'm here in Vegas, and there's already going to be protests in favor of the overthrow of Venezuela, and there's going to be protests against it, against the colonialism and imperialism. There's going to be protests on both sides. It's going to be opinions on both sides. So what can I do? Anyways, guys, we got the big NFC West showdown. And is it starting now? Did it start now? I'm going to get off the air at 5. I was told it's starting at 5. These two teams, unbelievable. Saturday night 49ers Seahawks matchup is the first regular season finale in NFL history, with both teams holding 6+ game winning streaks. Will they be able to stop the run game? Seattle has a fantastic defense. I will give them credit. The 49ers, it's unbelievable that they're in this predicament, that they are in position to take the first place seed with such an awful, poorly rated defense, pass rush, awful. Lost Warner. We lost Bosa. We lost our stars, and yet we're in this position. Can they stop our run game? Can we stop their run game and their fantastic receiving corps? It's going to be a heavyweight showdown. Heavyweight showdown. To all my raza out there, depending on what you guys are having for this big game. Mexicans be like quinceañera, 1 24-pack. Boxing match, 24-pack soccer game. 2-year-old's birthday party. Look at all that 24 packs of Modelo. It's a battle for first place seed, guys. If the 49ers win, they will have home field advantage throughout the rest of the playoffs. They also get some badly needed rest, as I'm not sure if Kittle is even going to be in the game tonight. If you were curious about the margarita, I had its Tres Generaciones Plata mixed with, Tres Agaves spicy jalapeno. Now, obviously, this is very important because so many players in the 49ers are injured, and there's even talks that Fred Warner says that with his blown out injury that he may try to return for these NFC playoff games in just a few weeks. That would be the most incredible recovery from the type of injury that I have seen any player have. To say, if Fred Warner can make the Super Bowl, I would be impressed. But for the guy to say, I'll be back for the playoffs, That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got a big heavyweight showdown. I'll tell you, I'm in favor of the 49ers, obviously. A great team in the Seahawks, a great rivalry, but this is not the Pete Carroll era anymore. It's just not. Let's look at some of Purdy versus Darnold's stats before the game starts. Sam Darnold could have his first back-to-back 14 winning games seasons if the 49ers could stop him. Purdy has been unbelievable in the last 4 games, 1,061 yards to 937 for Sam Darnold, 6 TDs, 15 TDs for Purdy, 2 interceptions, 4 picks for Sam Darnold. Will the 49ers be able to get a pick? We know that Purdy started off that game last week against the Chicago Bears throwing an interception, a pick 6. Absolutely awful way to start. And Seattle has some great cornerbacks. Yes, they do. Appreciate everybody who's here. If you're new, if you're one of my new subscribers, I appreciate it. A lot of new subscribers from my shorts. But what we talk about is sports here. And good food. That being said, this is the last weekend game. Week 18. Let's look at some of tomorrow's games. 49ers are still the underdog. Let's look at quickly at DraftKings.com and see if the 49ers are still the underdog tonight, which was a bit of a surprise to me. The spread, negative 2.5 for the Seattle Seahawks. The money line, negative 148. The 49ers are a plus 124, $100, and you get $124 for the San Francisco 49ers. Not too bad. It's going to be a heavyweight showdown, guys. There's also boxing really quick tonight, so the game's going to start. Unless somebody can tell me in the chat, did the game already start and I'm still here yapping? If not, let's get through my picks really quickly. We had a lot of good times. We had a winner. We did a contest on my show. Shout out to one of my newer co-hosts. I only have 2 co-hosts. I've been rocking with Drew Evo. Big shout out to Drew. If you're familiar with my show, my boxing show, please keep Drew in your prayers. He's recovering from a pretty serious surgery. He's asked for some time off, and I talked to him on the phone, and he had a surgery that involved an incision in his throat, and it's going to take some time for him to recover and get his full voice back. Drew will come back when he's ready. I've got a great friendship with Vince. Shout out to 702 Man Cave in Las Vegas. He's the uncle of the Vargas brothers, the Vargas dynasty. He's the uncle. So we got a great new show coming up. We're going to have one this week. Keep posted for that. A great Vegas sports show. Here are Week 18, Carolina loses the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Will the 49ers win? I am going with the 49ers by a mere 3 or 6 points today. But let's look at Sunday morning, Cleveland versus Cincinnati. Will Shador even play? I got Shador winning the last game of the season. New Orleans Saints versus Atlanta. This actually very much matters because I believe the Buccaneers and Buccaneers and Carolina do not have any clarity in the NFC South on who is actually going to the playoffs. I think it all depends on this New Orleans Saints games versus Atlanta. I got Atlanta winning this game. So what does that mean? Not too sure. I have to go look at it. If anybody in the chats knows. Shout out to Bolts. Shout out to my boy Fonzie up there. They say Bolts up in here. Big fan of him. Obviously, they got the former 49ers coach. I enjoy watching the Bolts and the Chargers very much so. Green Bay versus the Minnesota Vikings. There's no way Minnesota's winning the last game of the year. No way. But I look forward to seeing J.J. McCarthy, whether or not he's a bust next year. It's been a good one. Dallas Cowboys, they have a lot of promise, man. I feel bad for the Cowboys this year. They've won a lot of good games against great competition and lost a lot of close games. There's also a bitter rivalry with the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, but I think they got this game very much. And I look forward to seeing Jackson Dart and the return of that running back, Scatibo, next year. Dallas Cowboys in this one. Tennessee Titans versus Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are... Oh, let me take a bite. The Jaguars, like Baker Mayfield, absolutely humiliated my 49ers. They're a team that I think is going to do extremely well in the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars all over this game. We're going with Jacksonville on this, and I hope to God the 49ers don't see them again. I don't know. You guys think Jacksonville has a chance at really winning the entire? It'd be unlikely, but they're playing great football at the moment. Indianapolis Colts versus Houston Texans. Texans need to win this game. This game's kind of important for Houston Texans and their playoff position in the AFC. I'm going with the Texans. They're playing remarkably well. Skitabo, yeah, he went to Arizona State, Polly. And if you're a big fan of Skitabo, you could actually check him out on his Twitch channel. He's hilarious. He's got his own Twitch channel. When he busted his leg, he went full beast mode on Twitch. He said he wanted 1,000 subscribers. He got that really quickly. He knows how to party on Twitch. He also, Skitabo grew up being a San Francisco 49er fan as he grew up in Northern California. And who knows, maybe someday he'll end up being a 49er. It's always great when people grow up and end up playing on their own team. If George Kittle does not play today, do not worry, because Tonjes is a Los Gatos, California native. Tonjes has been filling in for Kittle and playing remarkably well in the tight end position for the 49ers. That remains to be seen. Just the game starting in just a couple of minutes, guys. New York Jets versus Buffalo. They had so much snow in Buffalo, they were hiring people for $20 an hour to scoop up the snow. I got Buffalo all over. This is going to be a blowout, guys. Detroit Lions. Shame they didn't make the playoffs. They're always strong competitors. Chicago. Great team. Great game they put up against the 49ers. I got Chicago steamrolling over Detroit, as Detroit's probably going to just, call it a season at this point. Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Wow. Those are some good Chinese fried chicken wings, man. They're spicy. Denver's obviously been a powerhouse of a team. The LA Chargers could play spoiler, upset them. A lot of teams have come close to beating Denver. Denver always seems to win. I could see an upset at the end of the season here. Although the Chargers haven't been playing to the best of their ability, Denver might take their foot off the gas. This is a game I'm going to be very deeply interested in watching tomorrow at 4:25. I'm going with the Chargers. Kansas City Chiefs. In the final game for Las Vegas, guys, Geno Smith will not be playing. They do not want to win this game. They took out Max Crosby. Max Crosby reportedly is still saying the rumors are about that Max Crosby, the best defensive player they got, a player that the 49ers and many teams, including the Cowboys, wish they could take over his contract. He won't be playing. Geno Smith won't be playing. Lord knows if... Giamti is almost at 1,000 rushing yards for his rookie season. I think he will play. I hope they let him play. So Kansas City got this blowout. Cardinals, shout out to the Bird Gang. Shout out to all my people in Arizona, man. They're great people out there in Arizona. But the Bird Gang was just not competitive. Halfway through the season, they decided Kyler Murray's not the man they thought he was, and Kyler Murray could be exploring playing Major League Baseball if they still want him. Remember, if you know, you know. There's friends in the community out there who were Cardinals and also played baseball. Kyler Murray could be that guy, and actually he was a very highly drafted baseball player. Can he make that transition? That'll be very interesting who Arizona is going to keep in that quarterback position. The Rams, man, they're such a potent offense, guys. I don't want to see the Rams at all in the playoffs. It could come down to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. If they win today, I could see the LA Rams meeting the 49ers in an NFC showdown in Santa Clara for the NFC Championship. I got the Rams on this one. Miami, New England all day. Washington Commanders versus the Eagles. There's no way. Shout out to my boy, Philly Irish True Evil. I got the Eagles on this one, obviously. And the final game being Baltimore versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Could this be Aaron Rodgers' last game of the year? Of his entire career? I'm going to be watching this game. I got the Steelers over the Ravens. There is no Monday night game. There is no Monday Night Football, man. The game is starting, guys. I appreciate everybody that was here. I'm going to go finish my wings and my cocktail. I may be back for the fourth quarter on my channel if the game is competitive. especially if the 49ers are in a big lead. I may come back on this channel for the fourth quarter. Until then, a happy New Year's to everybody. Saludos, everybody. Stay safe on a Saturday night. Enjoying football, man. Peace out. I'm out. Peace.